Welcome back. You're watching Bazaar Morning Call, and it's time now to tell you about the top stocks that you need to have on your radar. This morning, our research team is standing by with our list. Top of that is Abhishek on Bajaj Finance. Abhishek?
Well, Bajaj Finance gave out its quarterly business update in which their new loans is up 34% YOY and about 30.8% sequentially. So the sequential growth of 30.8% is perhaps at a 7-quarter high. Customer base is up 21% YOY and about 5.5% sequentially. AUM growth on a YOY basis is at 14-quarter high and 16-quarter high with respect to quarter-on-quarter growth rate that you are seeing. So AUM is up 32.4% YOY and about 9.2% sequentially. Calculation shows that the average ticket size is up just 9.5% YOY and about 3.5% sequentially. Deposit momentum is pretty strong, growing at 11.8% quarter-on-quarter. The liquidity in the balance sheet is strong. It's up 7.2% sequentially. And the cross-sell rate that they have is one of the best in last 6 quarters, coming in at 8.3%. So a good business update coming in from Bajaj Finance. Back to you.
All right, Abhishek, thanks very much for that. Well, Reliance, Vodafone Idea, Bharti, Hero MotoCorp, so many stocks which are going to be in focus, and the one-stop shop Reema is here to take us through all of that. Reema?
Well, so once again, Reliance Jio is trying to tap into the device market. They've launched a new phone. It's a 4G phone. It's an internet-enabled phone. It's called Jio Bharat Phone. It's priced at 999 rupees. Now, India's subscriber base is more than 1,000 million, more than a billion, subscribers. In fact, inching more than 1.1 billion subscribers. In that, there are 250 million subscribers, which is 20 to 25% of the overall market, who currently use a feature phone. They do not have internet on their phone. They only have access to 2G. What Jio is trying to do is trying to tap those users, lure them to convert to 4G, and they've priced the device at a price which is attractive for even those feature phone users, because right now for them the smartphone device is very expensive. Hence they're finding it difficult to transition from their feature phone to the existing smartphone. This phone, which is that internet-enabled Jio Bharat phone, kind of sits right in the middle of the existing 2G feature phones and the expensive 4G smartphones which are available. Now, this is negative news for competition, because currently MK tells us that Vodafone Idea has about 100 million 2G subscribers. Bharti Airtel has about 111 million subscribers. According to MK, even if 40% of these 2G subscribers shift, it could hurt their top line by nearly 10% and their EBITDA by double digits, a 19% EBITDA impact for Vodafone Idea, and for Bharti Airtel's India business, 11%, on a consolidated basis, 6%. But the bigger risk is, the street was anticipating some tariff increase. If Reliance Jio is getting aggressive, will this push back expectations of a potential tariff increase? And this will hurt the sentiment more.
All right, Reema, thanks a lot for that. And the standard disclosure, as always, the disclaimer is up for you on the screen itself. But, let's talk about top of the pyramid after the bottom of the pyramid that we've spoken about. Hero MotoCorp, a 2.29 lakh bike coming in from Harley.
Yes, so this is the first bike which they have launched with their partnership with Harley. Remember, Hero and Harley has a partnership. So this is the first co-produced bike that they have launched. It's called X440. It's priced at 2.29 lakh, but if you go to the top variant, it could go as high as 2.7 lakh. The bookings will start today. Now, Nomura says they're quite positively surprised by the attractive pricing. It may not be disruptive, but it's definitely very attractive. It's only at a 15 to 20% premium to the existing Royal Enfield Classic and the Meteor 350cc. So yes, it's priced at a premium, but considering that Harley is an aspirational brand, there would be consumers who are willing to transition to Hero MotoCorp. They will await the India launch of the Bajaj Triumph bikes, which will take place tomorrow. So positive news for Hero MotoCorp. There will be bike enthusiasts who will find the price attractive, but it could be negative news for Royal Enfield, because currently I think they have close to about a 90% market share in this premium category.
The other point is that Triumph pricing will be revealed tomorrow. Right? As you said. And can they really price their 400cc bike at a premium to Harley? So if it is lower than Harley, it gets closer to Royal Enfield, right? I mean,
My-
a little
my-
lower than Harley.
My only concern is what happens to the core Harley consumer who buys it for the premium. I mean, a lot of times what happens is, and this happens in the consumer pricing and branding as well, if you're a premium product, you try to price it attractively, you alienate the premium customers. It's like Louis Vuitton bags going on a bit of a sale. The reason why they don't go on sale is because they believe that the original customer will then feel cheated.
Absolutely. Well, it's an interesting space, and all eyes will be on the listed name. Of course, Hero, but more importantly, Eicher will be in focus because that's the player with a 90% market share in those 350cc plus bikes. Well, more on that later. Let's get in Ekta now. Biocon and Aurobindo Pharma are in focus. Ekta, tell us more.
And welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thanks for that. Well, yes, for Biocon, the news is definitely positive. They've launched Adalimumab, which is basically the biosimilar. It's the largest drug in the global pharma market size $18 billion. They've launched that particular biosimilar in the US markets. It is used for arthritis and skin disorders. It is going to be branded as Hulio in the US. And this is their fourth biosimilar launch in the US markets after Pegfilgrastim, Trastuzumab, Insulin Glargine. How much can they make in it? Estimates are that Biocon can probably make $170 to $180 million in FY24. Remember that Amgen has launched the drug in Jan of 2023. Coherus has also announced their intent to launch with an 85% cut to the innovator prices. So how that plays out is something that the street will watch out for, but definitely a feather in the cap for Biocon, considering it is their fourth launch when it comes to biosimilars in the US, though it's probably highly anticipated and highly factored into Biocon stock price as well. Aurobindo, the group entity of the company, has entered into an agreement with Viatris for $48 million. This is in relation to transfer from Viatris for certain marketing and manufacturing related authorizations, and the agreement also contemplates participation in the supply chain, sharing of net economic benefits by Viatris as well. The company is expected to update on further arrangement progresses. We are very scant on details with regards to this. This is all that they've updated the exchanges with. So we are just working with this. Expect these stocks to probably be in the green.
All right, Ekta, you're back, and so are the pharmaceutical stocks in focus. So that's about our daily dose of pharma. But let's go across to Abhishek once again. Abhishek, last evening we got that news on IDFC First Bank merger finally.
Well, finally, the news has come that, IDFC Limited will be merged with IDFC Bank. So, IDFC First Bank to offer 155 shares of IDFC Bank for every 100 shares that you hold in IDFC Limited. So, the deal price as per calculation indicates a 16% premium that IDFC First Bank is paying for IDFC Limited based on yesterday's closing price. So the merger will lead to simplification of the corporate structure that is there in the IDFC group, especially with respect to IDFC FSCL, IDFC Limited and IDFC First Bank. So that will consolidate them into a single entity and will help streamline the regulatory compliance that is there over there. So the scheme is subject to receipt of applicable approvals from shareholders and creditors, also stock exchanges, CCI, NCLT, RBI and SEBI. This could also mean that the standalone entity's book value could rise by 4.9% as per the press release, and the scheme will take anywhere around 9 to 12 months to get implemented. Back to you.
Okay, well, thanks very much. That's going to be one of the stocks of the day, IDFC and IDFC First Bank. Finally, long-awaited merger coming through, at least the swap ratio out. We have Mr. V. Vaidyanathan, Managing Director and CEO of IDFC First Bank, joining us to take that conversation forward in terms of what the future plans will look like for the bank from here out. Well, let's come back and talk about the FMCG space now. We have business updates, first quarter, pre-quarterly updates coming through, and this time Avenue Supermarts reported. Magalam, how does it look?
Well, it looks good because, the standalone revenue of the company grew 18% year on year. And this is no feeble base. This was the first normalized base for the company at the same time last year. So 18% growth year on year is a positive. What's even more positive is that there's been 12% revenue growth quarter on quarter. They've added only 3 stores during the quarter, but first quarter usually they don't add as many stores. The fourth quarter, which is a store addition heavy quarter for them. And year on year, the store addition has been 11.2%. So revenue growth of 18% and 11.2% store addition implies that there has been positive SSSG or same-store sales growth to the tune of 5 to 6%. And that would be a positive for DMart because now this implies that consumer sentiment is turning, and with prices coming down, despite that revenue moving higher, it is a positive. So important to track the product mix and margin improvement in their reported numbers. And the stock also, after a correction, it's trading at a steep discount to its 5-year average valuations.
Okay, thank you for that. And with that, it's a wrap on our top stocks to watch. Here's a quick recap. Stocks with positive news flow are you've got Reliance Industries, you've got Bajaj Finance, Hero MotoCorp, Biocon, Aurobindo Pharma, IDFC First Bank, and Avenue Supermart. Stocks with negative news flow are the telecom stocks, Vodafone Idea and Bharti Airtel.
All right, so those are the top stocks to watch out for with news backing them. But a bunch of brokerage notes this morning as well. Ekta has poured through a few of them to tell us which are the ones in focus. Ekta.
Thanks for that. Well, I'll start with the financials. Jeffrey has written on M&M Finance. They have a hold rating, target price of 270 rupees. According to them, for Q1 FY24, the loans and disbursements grew 28% each year on year, which was a tad better than estimates. Citi has written on Bank of Baroda, buy. They've raised their target price to 245. They are confident that the bank can deliver credit growth of 14 to 15% and net interest margins of 3.3%. Morgan Stanley, two notes coming in from them. First on Gujarat Gas, they have an overweight rating, target price of 559 rupees. The government has raised the import duty on propane imports for industrial use. They believe that Gujarat Gas should see an 8% increase in ASP due to this surprise change. And Morgan Stanley has written on Navin Fluoro, overweight rating, target price 5186. They believe the capital raise will be used for new specialty high-value projects. Investors have historically viewed accelerated capex investments favorably.
All right, Ekta, thank you very much for that. So that's, the calls coming through, which we will focus on with Mehrbon Irani, who will be joining us in just a bit. He, of course, is coming up after this quick commercial break, markets and themes that he'd like to bet on. We also have the management of Mahindra Logistics, who will be joining in to talk about the demand trends in that space. Stay tuned. Both those conversations coming up in 2 minutes.